Welcome everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday corporate update call. We have quite a few announcements to make today. Before I jump into the announcements, a couple of weeks ago, I had talked about, about a month ago, Ryan Thompson started the conversation about creating habits and creating habits in your business. And then I followed up with the tip from Mel Robbins as to how to create a habit where you have a trigger that is going to get you into that habit, and then you reward yourself after your habit. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on my progress and also give you something that someone is doing to create a habit within their business. So I wanted to get back into the habit of working out. And so my trigger was going to be setting my clothes out for the day. So that would trigger me to work out. And then once I had my workout, I would be able to enjoy my warm morning coffee, which I'm going to be switching to a warm morning arrow as soon as we have the product. What I had found was I needed two triggers. I wasn't always very good about putting my clothes out the night before, because that's something else I need to get in the habit of. So I found that I needed to have two triggers. I needed to have a trigger to put my clothes out and then my trigger to work out. So what I ended up doing, so my first week did not go very well. I always forgot to put my clothes out, and so I always forgot to work out. For excuses, but working out is a habit. One thing that Mel did say is there are no good or bad habits, there are just habits. So anyway, I'm trying to get back into the habit of working out, this good habit, what I think is good, but anyway. So I had to create two triggers. So the thing that I did was after my workout, I would set my dirty clothes, my workout clothes, in a certain area, which would then trigger me at night to get my clean workout clothes out and set them out so that I would be ready in the morning. So I'm telling you this because if you're trying to create these habits and if you're trying to create these triggers, if it's not working, you might need to find something else that is either a different trigger or find a trigger to trigger you to get your trigger out. So for me, it was setting my dirty clothes out in a pile so that when I went to bed, I would see those dirty clothes. It's like, oh, I need to pick those up and put them in the laundry basket. And then when I would be putting them in the laundry basket, I would grab my clean workout clothes, I would set them out, and in the morning I would see that, and that's my trigger to go work out. So one of our distributors, and she's actually on this call, so Colleen has been working on creating a habit for herself. She wants to call a distributor every single day. So that's the habit that, or not a distributor, but a prospect every single day. So that's the habit that she wants to get into, is always making a call every day, always working her business every single day. And she loves to paint her nails. And Colleen, I hope I'm not embarrassing you, but I think this is absolutely phenomenal. So Colleen loves to paint her nails and she hates it when her nails are chipped. So her trigger is she sees her chipped nails, and then her reward once she calls the distributor, so she's not allowing herself to fix her nails until she calls her distributor, and then her reward for calling the distributor is that she gets to fix her nails and paint her nails. So Colleen is implementing this trigger and habit so that she can be working her business every single day. I think it's phenomenal. And Ryan Thompson talked about the importance of having habits in working your business. So I just wanted to give you an update as to where I stand with my habits, and then also what Colleen is doing and what others are doing to incorporate this into their business. Okay, let's get into our agenda items. First up on the list, we have been talking about a new commission payment system since July. So at our July event, we had announced HyperWallet. HyperWallet is a phenomenal commission payout system. It's actually, they were bought by PayPal, so they are integrated with PayPal. Everyone's familiar with PayPal, I'm sure. But we've been talking about HyperWallet since July. And this week, we officially have launched and have paid commissions through HyperWallet. So what this means is all distributors in the US will be paid on HyperWallet. And yay! The cool thing about HyperWallet in the US is that you don't have to go create your account. So when we had ProPay you would have to go into your back office. You would have to sign up with your ProPay account. Sometimes it was clunky and the sign up process didn't work. But with HyperWallet, the account creation process is automatic. As soon as you have earnings, as soon as you've earned either in the weekly or the monthly commission process, the system will automatically create your HyperWallet account. And then you will receive an email that's going to tell you to activate your account. You just go in there, you verify your account either by your birth date. Yep, Griselda got it. Either by your birth date, your phone number, your email, or your distributor ID. So you just have to have one of those 4 items to verify your account. You verify your account, make sure that all of your information is correct. Your address, your phone number, your email, make sure all of that is correct, and then activate your account. Once you've activated your account, you will see your commission funds in your HyperWallet account. From there, you can do a couple of things. You will receive a physical debit card. It's a Visa branded debit card, and it's going to be branded as with ACTIVZ. We've called it ACTIVZ Pay. So you're going to see ACTIVZ on the Visa branded card. So you can either transfer your funds to your card. You will also have a virtual debit card, so you can use that card for online purchases, but you'll receive your physical card within the mail within, I'm going to say, about 10 business days, because they actually have to create the cards. Or you can transfer your funds to your bank account. And there's many different ways of transferring funds. You can transfer it to your bank account, you can transfer it to PayPal, you can transfer it to Venmo, you can transfer it to a couple of different options. But anyway, go into HyperWallet, check it out. Again, if you have received commissions, if you earned commissions for the week, then you will have your HyperWallet account. We did pay the US commissions early because we wanted to make sure we gave people enough time that they had their activation email for HyperWallet, and that you had time to log in and check it out and make sure that you understood how it worked before we got to Friday. So if you have a team in the US, make sure that you're communicating this to them, because it's important that they know that we are only paying commissions through HyperWallet in the US. One of the coolest things for a lot of distributors out there is we had some distributors that were not able to receive their commissions, and we call them the unbanked. They didn't have a way to receive their commissions. They couldn't sign up for ProPay for whatever reason, and they couldn't really receive a check, so they couldn't receive their commissions in the US. So HyperWallet has made it so that everyone can receive their commissions. And then, as I stated before, they'll be able to get their debit card, their branded debit card, so they can use their money on their debit card, or they can transfer it to PayPal. A lot of online shopping places allow payment through PayPal now. So this is great. If you know someone that hasn't received their commissions, make sure they look for their activation link, get their account set up, and so that they can get their commissions. So we're really excited to be announcing HyperWallet. It will be available in all countries, but since there are fees that are associated with using HyperWallet, most people, like in Mexico and Peru, they'll stick with bank deposit, but it will be available for people outside of the US as well. So that is agenda item number 1.
Angie, real quick before you move on, a question for you. So what communication is that going? Are we sending that out today? And what do people need to do moving forward to get set up on this?
So moving forward, really the only thing you need to do is watch out for your activation email. And then once you've activated your account, it's automatic. Once you're set up on your HyperWallet account, your commissions will be deposited into your HyperWallet account every single time. So the activation is just one time. So once you've earned commissions, the activation email is sent out automatically, and then you activate your account, and then you can start receiving your commissions.
Simple enough. So no one needs to do any outbound campaign to their organization or team telling them this, correct?
No. And I would just make sure that they watch for that activation email. And if they don't receive it, we have a way of resending it. So if you have someone that didn't receive their activation email, they're waiting on their commissions, go ahead and you can give our customer service a call and they'll be able to resend that activation email. And it's really easy for us to do. We can resend it and we can help you get logged into your account.
Awesome. All right, thank you. Hey, before you keep talking, guys, we need to all give Angie a round of applause because Angie and her ops team really put this together and worked for a long time behind the scenes. Ryan Mumford as well on the finance team. So this was a very big implementation that I was listening to everything Angie was saying about, the difference that it's going to make. This is going to allow us to expand more easily and quickly into other markets. I think the last thing that you said, Angie, was that other markets can take advantage of it. That is the understatement of the day, I think, because other markets, other countries, this is the only way that they can really get paid. And so I was, just quickly on multiple calls yesterday, but with actually someone from a different country that I've not spoken with in the Dominican Republic, and we're talking about this, and he's a leader from the industry. He's looking for a new home, and I said, there's no other company that I'm aware of that is willing to ship to 220 countries and or territories, and that will pay people even without being opened yet in those countries. And his response was, yeah, I've not ever seen a company be willing to pay commissions to people that are in countries that aren't yet open. So this is a really big differentiator. It really is. So I want to make sure that we give Angie the credit she deserves. So thanks, Angie, for all your hard work, and round of applause again.
Thank you.
And now you can have the microphone again.
Thank you. Okay, well, so this Friday we have our medical forum. So on the medical forum this Friday, we have Sherry Thoman as our distributor representative that's going to be speaking. If you haven't heard Sherry, she is incredible. She has a wealth of knowledge. She really researches the products and the ingredients, and she breaks it down into a simple way for people to understand the science behind the products, why it works. And then, for instance, she did a presentation on our mud about a month ago, and it was phenomenal. And she taught me things that I didn't know about our mud, and about the ingredients that we have in our mud and why they work. And then she also gave us a tip as to how to create a mask for our hair. So Sherry is incredible. She always has great knowledge to share with us. And then from our advisory board, we have Dr. Rish Patel. So Rish has been practicing medicine for about 18 years, and he's really focused on pain management. And what's cool about Rish is he's used Optimend with his patients in controlling pain, so that he's not prescribing opioids and the harmful pain medications that come when you're dealing with pain management. So be sure to join us Friday at 7 p.m. for a medical forum. It's going to be on our same number, the 477-444-4321. We've been advertising this on Facebook. We will get some images out to our some of our leaders, so you can send those out to your teams. But join us Friday for Dr. Rish Patel, Sherry Thoman on our medical forum at 7 p.m. All right, Stu, I'm going to turn some time over to you now.
Right, thanks, Angie. Sorry, so early in the morning I didn't get to make my hair or my makeup to look as good as you. However, as you can see from my workout clothes, I actually been working out a lot, been training a lot of the kids here in Hawaii because we're closed and a lot of gyms are closed. But as much as I work out throughout this pandemic, I don't need a trigger. But the unfortunate thing is I'm actually gaining weight the more I work out. So my wife was like, "What? You're working out more, but yet you're gaining weight. What's going on?" So I need to get on that arrow real quick here, and I see what the difference it can do. But going back to my topic here is just reminding everybody about the weekly calls that we have Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I just this morning went back and watched Mary Bell's testimonial this past Monday, and it was phenomenal. I love it. Great job, Mary Bell. And I wish I could dance all night. You know, I can't remember the last time I did that dance, that is. But good for you. And the way you can promote that, great that it helps your knees walking up and down, dancing. I mean, just the stories that come from these nightly calls, it's amazing. And once again, those are stories that I love to hear, because those are stories that I actually get to share with those in Japan. Tonight we'll have a opportunity presentation by Trisha Albertson, which she has a wealth of knowledge of our, not only our company, but the industry in general. And just hearing how she presents it, the way she presents it, just gives everyone on that call more confidence that they can do it themselves. As Angie pointed out, we'll have the medical forum this Friday, and then next week, Christina Godoy will be in charge of our testimonial calls. So we look forward to having each and every one of you, as well as, you know, inviting one or two people who you feel that could benefit from listening to these wonderful testimonials and presentations. And so since I'm in my workout clothes, you know, I love football, and the great Vince Lombardi always said, practice doesn't make perfect. It's perfect practice that makes perfect. So we can go about the same thing each day, getting into a rut, but are we practicing bad habits, or are we practicing good habits? Are we trying to perfect ourselves? And when I think about these nightly calls, they're actually the perfect practice that we need to get perfect, because we're learning from the best. We're learning from leaders in this company who's been in the trenches, who has so much knowledge that they can share, from the products to the opportunity, to the way the industry works, and that perfect knowledge, and hearing it over and over and over again, will then become the habit, as Angie and Ryan guys always talk about, that we can then implement, that will make us better distributors, better people, and more of a complete and perfect leader. So I encourage you guys to attend these calls, to practice your perfect presentations, and to then implement that. So with that, I'll turn the time back to you, Angie.
All right, thank you, Stu. That's great. So we have 1 week left to take advantage of our free shipping for December. So any order of 200 PV or more will receive free shipping on their order. It's also set up for auto ship. So if you have your auto ship set up for the 20th or 25th, don't worry, you're going to get free shipping as well. And then just remember to communicate to your teams that we have our December promotion. So any order over 50 PV gets the free genomics, but then any order over 200 PV receives the free mask, free water bottle, and free sling bag. It was cool. We saw Aaron's backpack on a call that we did with him. And I love seeing the distributors using the swag. So make sure you get your order in place for December and get your sling bag, your water bottle, and your mask. I saw a few people wearing their masks on Facebook. I can't remember who it was, but I remember a few people wearing their masks. So get your order in, take advantage of the free shipping, and get your promotional items for December. Okay, so one thing that we wanted to do today is for our last event, we had announced a raffle for coaching with Sinead Irwin. So Sinead is a nutritionist, and she specializes in people changing their habits and having a better lifestyle, having a healthy lifestyle. So anyone that enrolled someone within the 21st through the 30th in the month of November was entered into the raffle to have coaching with her. So for this call, we are going to announce the English speaking coaching winners. And then in the Latinos call, they're going to do the Spanish speaking winners for the raffle. So for the Spanish speakers, it's not going to be Sinead. It will be Annette Jimenez and a few other individuals that will be doing the coaching. But for the English, we have Sinead working on that. And if you guys didn't listen to the event, if you didn't participate in the event, be sure to check out our YouTube channel and check out the session that we had with Sinead. So that is on YouTube. I believe we have it on the app. If we don't, I'll go back in and make sure that we have that in the app. All of the videos from the last event are on the app. that's in the Define Your Future section on the app. So it's easy to find. We'll make sure Sinead's in there if she's not. If not, check her out on YouTube. Make sure you watch. She's incredible. David's wife is doing coaching with Sinead, and she had her first session this week. She said it was phenomenal. She loved working with her. Sinead has a wealth of knowledge, so this will be fun to have you guys participate. So without further ado, let me share my screen and we're going to do our raffle. So just give me 1 second. Okay, we have our winners here. I'm going to shuffle the list. I have them in alphabetical order, so I'm going to shuffle. And then we're going to go to full screen and we're going to pick 5 winners. So our first winner is okay. So we're going to remove her and then we're going to do oh, Gil, you were so close.
But by removed, Angie, is
That's one of the winners. So this is winner number
winners? Okay.
2.
So congratulations.
All right, Pedro.
This is so neat. This is awesome.
All right, we're moving Pedro now. Okay.
Congratulations, Pedro.
No, congratulations.
Congratulations,
Okay.
Maria.
There's 3. Here we go. Number 4. Number 5.
There's a lot of people watching and clapping for this. Wow.
I know.
Where are they?
All right, and then I'm going to do one more so that if we have anyone that actually doesn't speak English, then we'll have one runner up. So this will be the person that's going to be the runner up. Here we go.
Okay.
Howard.
Oh,
okay.
Sounds like 500 people were just erupting in applause right there. That was great.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. I tried to find something that was a little entertaining. So.
Yeah.
All right, so we're so excited to have the 5 winners for our raffle. So Howard, our runner-up, Janet is number 5, Juanita is number 4, Maria Gonzalez is number 3, Pedro is number 2, and Viviana was number 1. All right, well, Ryan, I think those were all the announcements that I had. So I'm going to turn some time over to you.
Oh wow, great! That was exciting, Angie. I want to remind everybody that this in just a few days, on the 15th, we're going to be sending out, well, with the once we run commissions and based on November qualifications, for all A4s and above, look for your ACTIVZ hat. We want to see the swag out there. Obviously, part of the STAR program is getting our brand out there into the marketplace, and so we're excited for many of you to receive that. And then in December, this month, for those of you who haven't reached A5, this is a great month to hit A5 so you can qualify for it's a selfie stick, right, Angie? We're sending out the branded selfie stick. Yeah, the branded selfie stick. Each month you have that kind of that goal to get to that rank, to get the swag item. And then from here on out, it's going to be based on requalification. So something that I've been requesting on a lot of the Zooms that I do is we love to see pictures and videos in social media with the swag items. It's been a long time coming. We've had a lot of requests for the last 3 years since we launched in Mexico to get more items with our brand on them, to just for people to be seen, right? Promoting the brand of ACTIVZ and our products. So now we are doing that. We're doing it in full force. The promotion this month is obviously all geared around, and I use the word swag. It really is branded items. Last month with the backpack, the same thing. So please make sure that you're showcasing that in a way that it's going to be visible to a lot of people. On that note, I had an opportunity a couple days ago, went over to Christina's house and we had lunch. And someone from Mexico flew up and was staying with her named Lucy Sarah, who's an A12. Actually just hit A12 a month or two ago. And we were talking, and Lucy was actually kind of showing me what she's been doing. And she's a mother of 2 children who almost every month they've had to fly to Houston to get special shots for her sons who are, I think they're help me out, Angie. No, they're not. What is it, Griselda?
Hemophilia.
Yeah, hemophilia. Yeah, hemophilia. I was in the process of saying that, and you were saying no, but yeah, hemophilia. Yeah. And so she comes here regularly, but she has to do that, and it takes time away from her business. And she really works ACTIVZ full time. But she was telling me something that she does, and I want to share it with you. It was really intriguing. And I'm not a big fan of TikTok. I'm going to go right out there and say it. I'm just not. And I think it's because it's been co-opted mostly by really young people, teenagers and whatnot, and they do silly things. And maybe it's just an app to have fun. But I think that my belief was changed 2 days ago when I was looking at these videos and hearing the success. She told me about 25 people that she enrolled recently only through TikTok. And she does these videos where she does the Amora mask, where she does the Amora cleanse, and then does before and afters. She does, these are really short training vignettes and promotional vignettes that she does. She has, in one video, she had over 400,000 views. She, within, I think, 90 days of doing this, has about 53,000 followers that have started to follow her. And she started to talk about all of her enrollments. She said, Ryan, this is where all of my enrollments are coming from. This is where I just qualified for the 500 Club again. And she said, I actually enrolled 25 people, right? And she's like, they all came from here. And I said, but what kind of people are they? Like, are they duplicating? Are they looky-loos? Like, tell me about that. Is this something sustainable? And she says, well, it's just like anything. Sometimes, it's the same statistic, she said, as if she were calling friends or family or contacts or other people on her list of contacts. She said some people have gotten involved, some people are building, other people are using the products, and not everybody. It's about the same ratio that you would expect from people coming in any other way. And then we started to talk about branded items, and I would just want to share that because sometimes old dogs can learn new tricks, and I'm an old dog, and I like to think that some things don't work, but sometimes I discover that things do work. I remember back in 2010 sitting down with a company called Orange Soda. I probably shouldn't say that name. Angie, you probably remember who they are. And they were a social media expert company and took a lot of credit for the success of these other direct selling companies, and were trying to sell us their services. And I remember, essentially disagreeing with their position that, that it was because of them that this other company had so much success. I said, no, I think it's because the leaders of that company are working and are committed, and that's why that company's had so much success. And long story short, for about the last 10 years, there are so-called experts that come into the industry, into the direct selling industry, and say, oh no, this social media campaign works, or this strategy works, or this works, or that works. And I have almost never seen anything work. I'm being totally honest. I've almost never seen anything work until right now. I'm starting to see for the first time ever, and I think it's because it's been about a decade plus where people's level of trust is actually increased. It's increasing, even though there's a lot of not trustworthy information online. Because it's been with us for such a long time, researchers are showing a greater level of trust in consumer and buying decisions and interaction with companies online. people are going online to find solutions. People are going online to look for what they need, right? To strengthen their immune system, or to earn extra income, or to make more money, or whatever it is that they're looking for. They're going online, and they're not just going, Googling it. They're using these social media apps. So my belief system is starting to change with some of the success that I'm seeing happen lately, especially during this quarantine season, call it. So I just want to share that with you. And lastly, I don't think I was on this call last Wednesday, Angie, was I? I wasn't on the U.S. leadership call. I would challenge everybody to do something that I've been doing. We always talk about personal development, how important it is. To be a leader, you've got to be someone who actually just influences people, but you can't influence anybody unless you can influence yourself. So we've got to start with ourselves. We start with personal development is for us. It's not for other people, but it's so that we can become the type of person who then attracts the right people to us. And so I think a lot about that. And I go back recently, I went back to something that I read, a book that I read back in 1995. And I remember that my boss gave me this book back then, and it was how to I'm translating from Spanish, How to Make Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And I was watching a video about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and it was an interview with, I'll tell you why I went back to the basics of Dale Carnegie. Because 2 weeks ago I was watching a video, and it was an interview with Warren Buffett. You guys know who Warren Buffett is. For the most part, he's I think everyone knows who he is. He owns Berkshire. He started Berkshire Hathaway. He's worth about $86 billion. I remember in 2008 when the stock market was crashing, I remember he was in the news because the U.S. government was actually calling him for advice, right? A private citizen, but a private citizen who has made quite an empire for himself. Now, in this interview, I like Warren Buffett, and I've studied Warren Buffett a little bit. I've listened to interviews from his children. I've read lots of things that he's published. He's somebody who has very deep. His son describes him as someone who the Warren Buffett that you know today is the same Warren Buffett that you would have met 30 or 40 or even 50 years ago. He's in his 80s right now. And he says he has well-worn tracks, meaning he has grooves in the proverbial path of life, meaning he still packs his lunch, he still walks to his office, and he still has his office decorated the way it was 50 years ago. And not a lot of external things have changed in the life of Warren Buffett, with the exception that he's gone from a pretty average individual to somebody worth $86 billion. But it speaks to discipline. It speaks to what Angie was talking about, a few moments ago, about establishing habits that last a lifetime. And there's a lot to be said about that, but that's actually not what I want to talk about. But he is a fascinating study. I would encourage you guys to study. But here's what Warren Buffett said. He was asked by the interviewer, what is the best decision that you have made in your life that has really brought you to this level? Obviously, there are many, many factors, many variables, lots of things that he could have said, right? I was expecting, well, I married the right person, or well, it was, when I had my first child, or well, it was this. It was none of that. He said, without hesitation, the one thing that he did, the one decision he made in his life that got him on the right course was he attended this Dale Carnegie Academy, right? Learning session. And that was it. And he said, and the principles that he learned from Dale Carnegie have lasted a lifetime, right? He implemented them, and his life really manifested into what it is now based on implementing these principles that he learned attending, 40 years ago, or 50 years ago, this class by Dale Carnegie. And I think Dale Carnegie wrote How to Make Friends and Influence People in the 40s, if I'm not mistaken, 1944, during World War II. And so I started to study that. That's why I went back to those roots, because if I thought that, well, if it's good enough for Warren Buffett, it's got to be good enough for me. And here's what I realized, what I discovered, and I reread that book a week ago. It's a quick read. If you haven't read it, read it, or you can listen to it for free on YouTube. It's there in English, it's in Spanish, it's probably in every language you might want to listen to it. I heard it with different ears, right? Because it's been about 25 years since the first time I got that book as a gift from my boss, and it was around Christmas time. And I read it, and I discovered things that I were just, they were lost on me back then. So sometimes going back to our roots, especially personal development and things that we think we know, is the best thing that we can do to press the reset button, right, in our lives. A couple of things that are encapsulated in that book, and I'm not going to go through all of them. I do want to encourage all of you to set a goal, though, right? To do something every single day where you are developing yourself. Because to make a change, whatever the change is that you want, here at ACTIVZ, we're trying to grow ranks, right? We're trying to advance a rank. We're trying to earn more. We're trying to touch more people's lives with this technology. To do that, you've got to be a leader. And to be a leader, you have to first work on yourself and focus on yourself. So that's why this is such an important discussion for us. One principle, I'll just share with you one thing that I learned, that I relearned, that it was totally lost on me 25 years ago. And I've got a book full of notes here. And I was just reading my notes this morning, and it's talking about the art of edification, or edifying. And those aren't his words, but he's talking about when you're meeting people, you need to genuinely talk to them about them, right? Ask them questions about them, but words of encouragement, like, you're doing it right, you're my hero, you're doing a great job. And then he says, give people reputation to live up to. Now, if you don't think about what that means, it's going to be lost on you. Give people a reputation that they can live up to. And I suddenly remembered 1992, living in a remote, tiny little town that if anything goes in Chile. And I was one of the first people there, and I was working really hard at this endeavor, what I was doing, that I was involved in back then. And I didn't think anybody noticed me. And one day, these people showed up to my small town that were the administrators over me. And this guy came up and said, "Ryan, you are awesome. I don't know if you know that, but what you're doing out here." And he's talking to me about that I was opening these small towns and things like that down in Chile. And he told me a bunch of things that I'd never received compliments ever in my life before like that. Ever. It was the first time. I think maybe my mom and dad gave me a few compliments in my life, but the amount of negative feedback I'd had was massive compared to the few positive comments that I'd had in my life. And what this guy did when he shared that to me, he gave me a reputation to live up to. He made me feel like, wow, really? Am I that guy? I'm really making that big of a difference? And I've never forgotten that. Why? Because it was one of the few compliments, real, genuine, sincere compliments that anyone had ever given me. So I remember now what that means. Give people that you talk to a reputation to live up to. So if it's a member of your team and they're just struggling, genuinely find their strength and let them know what their strengths are. Tell them that you see those strengths. If it's someone that you're trying to invite to ACTIVZ, right? And it's a friend of yours, or it's a neighbor of yours, or someone you went to college with, or someone who you haven't seen in 20 years, remember what it was about that person that made an impression on you. And Dale Carnegie says it's got to be genuine. It's got to be authentic. But when you share that with that person, something magical occurs, something psychological occurs, and it occurs at the subconscious level for the person. You make them feel something, right? And when you edify them, we're giving someone a reputation to live up to. That's why it works. That's why the art of edification is so important. So I'm not going to keep going through the book, but I do encourage all of you guys to check it out and to maybe press the reset button, right? And let's make sure that we close this year out really strong. This is the last month of the year. I am really excited about 2021. I mean, for so many reasons. We've got a lot of incredible things happening. We're going to be kicking off the year with a new product that I think is going to really open up a lot of doors that are currently closed to us. But I think a lot of you are really going to, we're all going to evolve in 2021. 2020 was a real trial for us, a real test. And what the great thing is, I think we've all been passing the test, right? 2021, there's going to be more trials, but I think that that with those trials will come new opportunities too, great opportunities. So anyways, I look forward to spending 2021 with all of you. And Angie, I'll turn the time back to you.
All right, well, thank you, Ryan. I hope you guys have enjoyed the call today. I know that I already went on Amazon and purchased my book of how to make friends and influence people. So I'm going to be reading that with you guys. And if you guys haven't read it, like Ryan said, get that book, get the audio, listen to it. I'm going to be asking next week who has either started reading their book or who has purchased their copy. So get it out there. Maybe we can do like a little small book club and we'll all read this together. But I hope you guys have a great Wednesday and we will see you next week.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys. Thank